Jerry Mallory here, SBNationPrivateTrade.com. This video is going to reek of desperation because desperate times call for desperate measures. As we sit here as a Lions fan base at 0-3 with the defending NFC champions on the road at the Monday Night Football matchup, we ask ourselves, how did we get here? How do we fix it? It's going to take a lot more than just this season, in my opinion, to fix some of the issues that we have, but we have to hope. Yes, believe it or not, the Lions still have a glimmer of hope in this season. If their chances of holding on to a playoff spot or relevance in the NFC was a rope at the beginning of the season, we're now hanging by a little tiny thread. At any moment, it could snap. Perhaps it could happen tomorrow for Monday Night Football. But until it snaps, as long as the hope's still there, we hold on to it. So what's the biggest culprit? You know, there's plenty of blame to go around. But if I had to pick one, if there's one particular item or unit or one particular facet of the Lions, that's the big poster, the most wanted there in your post office, it's going to be the offensive line. So how do we fix this thing? Honestly, you don't. But I'm going to throw out some desperate measure type of situation, some things we can do. When we look from the outside, it gets really bad. How bad? It gets Michael Roos bad. Anthony Collins bad. No disrespect to these guys. Fine careers in the NFL, but it's the reason why they're watching these games in street clothes, just like we are. Michael Roos, fine career, Pro Bowls. He's 32, coming off of a knee injury. Retired, right? Retired. It's a forced retirement because he's just not good anymore. Same could be said for Anthony Collins, a little bit younger. But you know what the scary part of it is? This is the scary part. As I sit here and I bash these guys, I honestly feel as though they would be an upgrade over Cornelius Lucas. Maybe not Adrian Waddle, but the issue with Adrian Waddle is not always how he plays, it's when he plays, because he's always hurt. So in the event of a Adrian Waddle getting hurt again, it would have been nice to say we could turn to Jake Long, but he's not an option anymore. That would have been a good free agent pickup, in my opinion. Someone with experience, a little bit older. Yes, he has injury issues as well, but I would have been a little bit more comfortable with him. So looking from the outside, I mean, it's just not there. I mean, Michael Roos, Anthony Collins, this isn't 2006. These guys are out of the league for a reason. But those are your options. Those are your hanging from a thread options in terms of fixing the offensive line from the outside. Another option? Well, it's from the inside. How about mixing this lineup a little bit? Mixing it up a little bit. Now, Cornelius Lucas, supposedly, I've heard, I have no proof myself, but I've heard that he's better as a left tackle than a right tackle. Let's say we mix things up. We do a little switcheroo. Riley Reef, move him over to the right side. Move Cornelius Lucas to the left side where he's supposedly better. He's supposed to be decent. Now, if this was a year ago, you say it's crazy. Why move Riley Reef? Well, he's not playing good at left tackle anyway. Again, these are desperate things. I'm not saying we should do them, they could do them, or that they would work. I'm simply saying with the situation that we're faced with, again, desperate times call for desperate measures. Heck, even Lake and Thomason, when you draft these guys now, the versatility is there. Cameron Irvin shown to be a versatile type of player, offensive lineman in the first round. Brandon Sheriff, they wanted him to play some tackle. Now he's been at guard. Lake and Thomason step in and play a little right tackle. Desperation. Now, some things we could have done. You know, I hate to do the whole hindsight thing. Well, we could use a guy like Michael Williams now, you know, whether it's as a blocking tight end, whether it's as an offensive lineman, but he's gone. What about Leo Collins? I mean, 7th round pick. Yes, there was the threat of him not playing for whatever team drafted him, but we come to find out later that he probably, that could have been a smoke screen too from him and his agent. He probably would have played wherever he was drafted. I mean, these are just things that you think about after the fact, and you're looking at an offensive line that if things persist the way they do, Stafford won't make it through the year. And as we look at this season and we have so much to blame, the offensive line is at the top of the list. And so my solutions, they aren't really good because I just can't think of any. And I don't really think we have any. What do you think? The biggest culprit, the offensive line. How can we fix this thing? Is it even possible or feasible this year? Yes, play calling can help. Teams did it against us last year. We were good at rushing the passer. We had a very fine defensive front, so they threw quick passes, slant passes to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands and into the playmakers quick. We could do that, but we know who our coordinator is. So what? You tell me, because I really don't know. So we're looking at this Monday Night Football game. Like I said, if some type of way, we could be 2-3 at the end of this 5-game stretch, yes, we still do have a chance. And the Seahawks have looked beatable, as well now as the Cardinals. Both teams losing to the St. Louis Rams. So there is a chance. Yes, there's a chance. The Seahawks now are 1-2, but they seem to rebound pretty good against the Chicago Bears. But again, the Bears are the Bears. Marshawn Lynch out. That helps. Levy, he's doubtful. He probably won't play if he can. That will be good as well. Have some thoughts on the linebacking corps, which I'll give to you on another video. Ultimately, I don't think we win this game. I would love it. My heart's there, but my head's telling me we lose 23-17. Give me your thoughts on the game and your thoughts on the offensive line. We can sit here and complain about it, but we can also try to conjure up a way to fix it that goes a little bit sooner than next year draft and free agent. How can we fix the line at all now? Another thing, more 6-man fronts. You put Lakeland out there, Lakeland Tomlinson as an eligible tight end, but he's actually there to block. And, of course, when Pettigrew comes back, he should help as well. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Leave your thoughts, comments. Don't forget to subscribe. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And as I sit here, what looks like to be maybe a torn ACL from Mr. Mallory again, I could really use a pick-me-up from the Lions. Will they do it for me this week? We shall find out. But in any event, we'll be there rooting them on. So, till next time, I'm out of here.